Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving into the Pirate Alliance Kizuna Clash vs Crocodile 10-star event with specifically Vivi-based friend captain teams. Now, yesterday I put out a video that utilizes teams that can be used as like your, captains, or you can bring Vivi to help you out with some more ticket gains. Now, bringing Vivi or Morgans as a friend captain is really the best way to get the most amount of super boss tokens, so that way you can take on the Covenant 15-star event. This particular super boss is absolute ass. Like, I have so many gripes with it. But look, it is what it is. I don't really want to sort of encourage the behavior of like making like too many big damage teams and sort of banging my head against the wall, because hopefully like Bandai gets the message that this shit just ain't acceptable. But look, at the end of the day, like, this is the content we have, and hopefully these teams help you guys out if you guys have Vivi friend captains on your list, as well as doing some summons on these banners. I believe I'm just sort of using Roger Rayleigh Gaban in today's video. They make it a little bit easier. You can use Big Mom Katakuri, you can use Kaido and King, but unfortunately they don't really work with either of Morgans or Vivi. Roger Rayleigh Gaban does, because you can do some slasher shenanigans, but it's so weird that this Kizuna batch just has like nothing to do with what the batch looks like for the anniversary exclusives. I'll put out some videos with the rare recruits for the batch after this. But if you enjoy the video, bell like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. With that said, let's take a look at the 10-star Kizuna Clash with Vivi friend captains. Alright, so starting it off, we have the strength variation, and like I said, we're going with Vivi friend captains, and ideally, we're going with damage in mind here. Most of these teams are going to be built around slashes and free spirits. We have Zoro Sanji pretty much in every team, so hopefully you guys have a character that can actually help you out in that regard. But, as you can see, the rare recruits are the boosted characters. Quick, strength, and dex get all the good stuff on turn 2. You get 10 turns of all type orbs and tandem being unfavorable, and then you get a full board of tandem orbs, which will be unfavorable. 1 turn of paralysis, which Vivi, as a friend captain, actually takes care of, and then you get 1 turn of slot barrier for similar slots, and this is where they want you to bring Big Mom Katakuri. But the weird thing is that Vivi does boost Big Mom Katakuri, but like Big Mom Katakuri ain't boosting Vivi, so super weird. Once you defeat stage 2, they get 100% heal, you get a full board of unfavorable slots, 3 turns of a random crewmate swap, and then they retreat. After level 30, which ideally you want to sort of build 30 plus teams, it's super boss, so most people will be doing higher levels. Crocodile has full immunity and all the blowaway stuff. You get 5 turns of attack down, normal attacks only, 6 turns of spare after socket, 6 turns of threshold, 1 turn of a Wano or barrier for 2 hits, and then 200,000 damage on defeat. So I did put out yesterday a video for this, and look, the team looks very similar. I did put out a short kind of correcting the team, because I did gloss over a few things. Yamato does need 3 particular characters to get her EX ability off, which I do have on this particular team, which is great. And then you also, with the other team, you like needed something else. I can't remember off the top of my head what the other thing was. But at the end of the day, this is the team that we're rocking today. Remember, Vivi is going to be our friend captain. On turn 2, we're going to use the super swap of Roger Rayleigh Gaban. That way you can switch into your captain. Now, it looks a bit weird because obviously Strength, Dex, and Quick get all the good stuff. But Roger Rayleigh Gaban, they are boosted for this particular event, so they are going to have all their cooldowns. They're going to give you 3 turns of an attack boost, namely for slashes, and then they become your captain, and that way you don't have to worry about the captain shift. Works out pretty nicely. To get around the barrier for this particular stage, we're actually utilizing the Vivi special here. Vivi is going to give you a no, sorry, Roger Rayleigh Gaban removes the barrier. What am I talking about? Roger Rayleigh Gaban, I always forget that the character does that. Roger Rayleigh Gaban removes the barrier on this particular turn. You're going to get a full board of type orbs, which obviously be treated as unfavorable. But then you're going to utilize the special of Vivi to actually get. Are you gonna use Vivi? No, I don't think you are. Like, I think I'm tripping. You're just gonna use the Roger. No, you're gonna use the Vivi special on turn 2. I remember now. Yeah, like I said, I'm bugging. We're gonna use the Vivi special on turn 2. It's gonna give you a full board of what's it called? Full board of what are those orbs called? Recovery orbs, and then you can switch into Roger Rayleigh Gaban, and then you have to worry about the captain swap there. That's basically all you need to do for this particular stage, and then you're off to the races otherwise. Vivi's gonna give you 3 turns of an attack boost for cerebral characters, which is a little bit annoying, but what you can actually do is you can switch with Zoro Sanji first. That way you get overrideable attack boost, and it's only going to be 1 turn. Very cheeky way of bypassing this, and that's pretty much what we're going to do. So we're going to super swap with Zoro Sanji, captain shifts with Roger Rayleigh Gaban, hit the Vivi special, and then kills turn 2. On the final stage, once you get in, you basically need to get around attack down. There's a little, like, Vivi takes care of the paralysis, but I have the Nami support there. You just basically have to deal with the Despair and the Threshold. Now, Despair, Threshold, attack down. Again, I'm bugging. The Zoro Sanji special is going to take care of the Threshold. Luffy's going to take care of the Attack Down, and then Oden and Toki's going to take care of the Despair. Should work out pretty nicely here. All three of these characters trigger the EX of Yamato. That way you can use the Yamato EX after swapping out of the captain from Roger Rayleigh Gaban. I believe because you got Oden on the team, Roger Rayleigh Gaban can activate their super class, so that way you can get out of captain. And then you have Yamato to get the 70% damage reduction. As for the rest of the supports, as you can see, I have a bunch of characters that have damage reduction against strength. So this is going to reduce that 200,000 even more. And obviously with sockets, that's going to reduce it even more, I believe by, what, 10%? So you can actually get 70% and then 10%, and then however, like, I believe there's 5% each. So you're easily going to be able to tank this. You could run like a, I don't know, damage reduction ship and stuff like that too. Should work out pretty nicely. But with this particular team, you have an orb buff with Oden and Toki, 2.5 times for slashes. Everyone's going to be slashes thanks to Zoro Sanji. They're going to increase the orb buff. You have the attack boost of Roger Rayleigh Gaban, which you can also increase with the versatility of Luffy. Luffy's going to give you chain boundary, increased damage taken conditional, as well as a territory. And then Yamato gives you the color affinity buff and increased damage taken as well. So you have a bunch of stuff here. Should work out fairly nicely, pretty straightforward, and should do quite a bit of damage, to be honest. Moving on to the quick variation, once again, the rare recruits are the boosted characters. Shooters, Driven, and Powerhouse, I think, are the... Cerebral Slasher Shooter. I'm a smackhead. Obviously, because we're looking at these characters, not the... Yeah, Stump, you're an idiot. Shooters, Cerebrals, and Slashers get all the good stuff. On Battle 2, you basically turn all orbs into unfavorable, and then all the type orbs for 2 turns will be treated as unfavorable. So basically all colors are unfavorable. They really want you to use Big Mom Katakuri and Kaido King here, but look, it is what it is. 3 turns of burn and then 1 turn of despair after sockets. After level 30, there's full immunity and all the blowaway stuff. There is a bit of a difference to this variation if your captain is quick to if your captain is anything else. Now ideally you'll want your captain to be quick, otherwise you're going to have to deal with 5 turns of crewmate silence. Now the only character that can really deal with this is the Kizuna Legend Brook. If you don't have Kizuna Legend Brook, you're going to be stuck for a little bit of a ride. I guess you could use Uta as well if you really want to use Uta, but like, goddamn, who's using Uta? So we want our captain to be quick, and that's exactly what we're doing in today's video. 6 turns of paralysis, normal attacks only, 5 turns of an attack down, full board of tandem slots, 6 turns of damage reduction, a attack down by 90% if you have Dex, Quick, Wano, Tandem, or Bomb Orbs, which is super weird, and then 5 turns of despair after sockets. So the team looks a little bit like this, very similar to yesterday's team. On turn 2, you're actually going to get the Germa support to trigger on Zoro Sanji, so that way you actually get a full board of tandem orbs on turn 2. Remember, all type orbs are going to be treated as unfavorable, but you're still going to be fine with tandem orbs. There's 1 turn of despair, and then there's burn. To get around the despair, we have the Rayleigh support. We have the giant support on Shanks' buggy. That takes care of all that sort of stuff, and that's basically all you're going to do. Like, you don't really need to use anything else. If you are drastically struggling for damage, you can use the super swap of Zoro Sanji, then you won't need the Germa support. But look, I feel like with the full water tandem orb just activating the super tandem anyway, you should have enough damage here to take this particular stage down. You could probably run you could use the Vivi special here if you really want to, but again, Vivi's going to give you 3 turns of a what's it called? She gives you 3 turns of a cerebral attack boost, which is very, very annoying. Other than that, she's really not doing that much else for the team. She can give you like a full board of orbs, I suppose, and she does remove barriers, which is quite nice, but like, we're just using her because she's a slasher. Like, if I'm being honest, we're literally just running her because she is a slasher. She is super effective against all types as well, which is kind of nice. On the final stage, we are going to be utilizing the Shanks and Buggy specials to remove the attack down and the paralysis. They give resistance, and they also give a color affinity to Dex units. Odin gives us an orb buff, and he can remove that attack down if you have certain orbs, ideally because we're going to have tandem orbs from Zoro Sanji. The Luffy special is going to make tandem orbs at a 2.75. He's also going to give free spirits a 3 times attack boost. He removes the despair. Then we have increased damage taken, color affinity, and damage reduction removal with Yamato. So pretty self-explanatory. Ideally, you just want to start as the quick variation of Yamato. That way you can switch into the Dex variation. So hopefully you have these characters, because like they're just going to make this 10 star just way easier, both Yamato and Zoro Sanji. On to the Dex variation now. Cerebral Slasher, Free Spirit, get all the good stuff. Rare recruits are the recommended characters as always. Left column gets bind, there's a 1-turn hit barrier, and then you get a full board of block orbs, I believe. Now, Anniversary Shanks is another really, really good character for these particular fights, and he's just perfect for this particular stage. You pop Anniversary Shanks, the 10th Anniversary Shanks here, you get 3 turns of color affinity, you remove the barrier, and you rotate the block orbs. You're just off to the races with this unit there. After level 31, which obviously you do want to take down, full immunity, all the blowaway shenanigans, normal attacks only, A 90% HP card, 3 turns of hunger. I believe it's 3 turns of hunger, which again, Shanks is so good for that. Then there's 3 turns of burn, which is like the super burn. Oh, sorry, it's two stacks of hunger. And then all orbs will get turned to tandem, bomb, or block orbs. Very annoying stuff. There's a slot barrier for 3 tandem orbs, special reversal 1 turn of orb block, as well as a intimidation for 2 turns if you have an attack boost or an orb boost. On defeat, he comes back with 15% HP and then slaps you with 5 turns of despair after sockets, which you're going to have to take care of. And then you have 1 turn of special limit with normal attacks only there as well. So team looks like this. As I mentioned, Shanks is just an absolute demon for turn 2. Utilize the Shanks special there and you basically covered for everything. He takes care of literally everything on this particular stage, and then because you have him as captain, you get 3 turns of color affinity, so you're technically getting his buff on the final stage as well. On top of that, you can use the giant spot. That gets around 3 turns of burn, works out real hunky-dory. And then on the final stage, you can use the Yamato and Luffy super swap and special to give yourself the cooldowns, the orb buff, the increased damage taken. You do need the Brûlé support to get some cooldowns there. Unfortunately, they don't have the Sailor ability, which kind of sucks, and I did stuff that up in yesterday's video, so if you were watching that video, make sure to add on some support that can give Luffy and Yamato 1 turn of cooldown. Roger Rally Gaban, they're here as your attack booster. They're going to be obviously another really good strength character. Zoro Sanji are going to give you that full board of tandem orbs. Roger Rally Gaban also removed the barrier, which is really nice. Vivi's going to remove the barrier too, but like, fuck Vivi, man. Vivi's just bad. Very consistent. Honestly, they suck, man. They're so bad. But nevertheless, you do have that option if you don't have Roger Rally Gaban. As for the Super Tandem, obviously we have Zoro Sanji. Zoro Sanji Super Tandem is going to proc with Yamato, Ace, Luffy, and then obviously themselves. If you really want to, I was going to try some fun stuff with utilizing just Ace in this law spot, and then hopefully just letting the burn take care of the 15%. Because you have increased damage taken at 2 times, then you have that hefty burn. It'll probably kill just like Treasure Map did. It's the exact same HP threshold, but it depends on obviously what the attack stat of the enemy is actually going to be as well. So if that works, like I'll probably rock that just because it's going to be faster. But as for this team, like Law's just here to just take care of the burn on the final stage. You have 3 turns of an attack boost. Shanks can get around the intimidation. He gives you 2 turns of an orb buff as well. Not that it matters all that much because like you have the 2-turn orb buff from Luffy and Yamato. I believe it only removes one turn with the intimidation. It is 2 turns of an intimidation, but I believe it only removes it by 1. So technically you could just use the Luffy Yamato special, get the 2 turns of orb boost for the big attack boost on turn 2, sorry, on turn 3, and then use the super EX of Shanks on the revive, so that way you just get another orb buff. Roger, Rayleigh, Gaban, they're going to give you 3 turns of an orb attack boost anyway, so you're still going to get 2 turns there. So intimidation on this team doesn't really matter that much. But they're the teams. They should do quite a bit of damage. They give you lots of tickets. They do not use the rare recruits, but they do use some of the new legends. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.